Hello, my name is Steve, and I was the Scoutmaster for Troop 68 in Melrose, Minnesota for about 30 years, a little over 30 years. And during that time, of course, you accumulate a lot of scouting memorabilia, including patches. Lots and lots of patches. Anyway, there's all kinds of different kinds of patches you can get. You can get the patches from the council shoulder strips that you see on people's uniforms. And I do have those too. And of course there's patches that you get for going on outings and activities and so forth. Well, after 30 years you accumulate quite a few of those when you attend a lot of different outings and events put on by the district and the council and the national office. So what do you do with them? Well, some people just kind of get a box and they throw them in the box. For quite a number of years I had a sheet of paneling and I would staple them to the sheet of paneling. But then, a while back, somebody gave me a scouting blanket. And all of a sudden another person gave me a scouting blanket and I collected more scouting blankets. Well, now I had blankets and I had patches. It was obvious. It was time to make patch blankets. So, that's what the subject of this video is today. I was going to share my patch blankets with you. I currently have 2 blankets and I'm in the process of possibly thinking about making a third one, because the first 2 blankets pretty much take care of my 30 years of being a Scoutmaster. So the next patch blanket would cover events since I became a troop committee member, because I'm still involved with the troop in Melrose. So today what I'd like to do is share those 2 patch blankets and give you a little bit about how I put them together and what they look like and what patches are on them. So, you see behind me one of them. That is the first one. This patch blanket takes care of about the first 16 years of my being an adult leader with the troop. You can see it is a 2010 BSA anniversary one. In fact, both of my patch blankets right now are based on the, pattern. I know there's a name for it, I can't think of it right offhand. But it is for the 2010 anniversary of the Boy Scouts of America. So I took 2 of those and put the blankets on. One thing I did find out when I made these blankets, if you do plan on folding them and storing them, the patches I actually put a little too close, because I can only fold it a couple of times and all of a sudden I'm folding over patches instead. So you might want to space your patches out a little bit more if you do make your patch blankets, if you do want to store them away. Not only did I get the blanket, and I have a red backing on it for right now, but I also put loops up on top of the blanket so that I could hang them, and right now it's just hanging from one of these wardrobe racks that you can hang things on or dry things on, whatever you want to do. But it works pretty good for displaying the blanket if I go to various scouting events within the troop or the district or the pack. So I put 4 loops on this one. I think the other one might have 5 loops. And it works out really good for hanging it. So basically, I started with the first row up there. I pretty much sewed the patches on and discovered very quickly I do not like sewing. I'm not very good at sewing. So I had to find a different way of attaching the patches to the fabric. And it came in with fabric glue that they sometimes use for sewing. I went through a bottle and a half, I think, between the 2 blankets. Just putting it around the edge of the patch to put it on, and then I put some weights on top of the patches as the blanket laid flat on the table and left it sit overnight, and they do seem to be holding on pretty well. I haven't had a problem with them coming off at all. Of course, I'm not using the blanket on a bed or anything, so they just come out for show. So, at this point, I'm just going to take the camera and I'm going to bring it closer to the blanket here so that you can see what patches were accumulated over those years and what activities that our troop attended during that time. So that was the first patch blanket. The second one that is now behind me starts in 1970 or 1996 and ends in about 2013. So you'll see here too, I put the patches a little close together so I can only fold it about 2 or 3 times and it's already to the point that you can't fold it anymore. But you can see now what this one looks like. Well, there you have it. My 2 patch blankets. Hope you've enjoyed them. Let me know what you think about it. Leave a comment. If you like this video, there's plenty of others that I put up of the Scouts over the years, including them doing various songs and skits. So be sure to like it if you do. Like my channel if you can. And I'd like to hear about your blankets and maybe see some pictures of those. So why don't you share them with us. Until next time, have a good scouting experience and keep scouting.